All right, I'm back with another. Got to get this Clockworks die working because I want to make it work so bad. I want to use it. I love it. I love the design of it, and I just did not like that last card, and I tossed it and left the room in kind of disgust, like all that for that. And I didn't care for it, and that's what I thought I was gonna like, and I didn't. I didn't like it. So now, what I am going to do, I am thinking, is just try something different now. I'm gonna look at all the pieces that came out of there. My goodness. All right. Okay. Swoosh them to the side here. I'm trying to decide if I want to use black paper or gold paper or silver. I don't think I'm going to use black, so maybe silver. Maybe I need to grab some silver mirror or something here. Oh, I'm surprised for how much scraps and stuff's actually coming out of there. So it's kind of tweaked it, but it will still work, right? It'll still work. Where would my silver? See, in the other room, I had my gold and my silver in its own. They had their own air spot, and I don't have that anymore. And they're all kind of stuck together. So here, maybe this isn't really silver. It's a bluish, greenish kind of silver. Let me see if I got another more truer looking color. This might be silver. There we go. There. That's more of a true silver, if you can see. I don't know if you can see the difference or not, but that's better. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And then I have the gold card. The gold card blanks. And I'm going to cut this. So the card blank is a little bit over 4. It's like 4 1/4, 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. So I'm going to go 5 and I don't know if I want to go 5 3/4 or 5 1/2. And 4. I'm gonna start with the 3/4. 5 3/4 and 3 3/4, I believe. 5 3/4 would be here, and that's pretty good size. 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm just, my whole thought here now this time is to simplify this process that I'm making so complicated. Okay, so that is way smaller than I thought. That didn't go 5 3/4, but the thing was, I wanted it smaller anyways. Right, that was my point, wasn't it? To make it more there, more the size of this. See that's right. Somewhere I was off here. So this needs to be 4 by, let's try 4 by 5 3/4. Let me get another piece of silver. Ew, I hope I haven't already. I do. Four by 5 3/4. There's a purple. You want a purple one? 5 3/4. Okay, there's 5 3/4, and then 4. That might have. Oh, that's right. And then 4. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how this fits up here. There we go. That was what I was looking for. So, I'm going to do that. Now this, what I'm going to do is this. So I don't like to cut into my magnetic mat at all. But what I want to do is cut into this silver paper. And I want to be able to see what I'm doing. And so the best way to do that, because I want to try to get it. Is that not straight? Let me make sure this is straight first. Because it's not going to do no good to try to get in the middle. So it's a little bit off. Just the tiniest bit on this side. See, just that tiniest little bit. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to cut. And I think that's straight now. Wait, now that one might not be straight either. Let me make sure, because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to try to get it in the middle of something. Yeah, see, that's a little off. I don't know. I'm always just the tiny off. And it seems like whenever I go to fix it, it doesn't necessarily fix it. Okay, that's it. It looks like that's even. Let me look on the card, and then if it looks even on the card, then we're just going to leave it be. Okay. It's looks a little tiny bit wonky, huh? You can kind of tell it's a little bit wonky. Let me fix it. At least it's not 2 layers. Like yesterday, I had that one piece, and I'm like, man, this thing does not want to cut this piece of paper. No, it was 2 pieces of paper. And mirror card at that, so let's hope this is right now. I don't know. I know one thing. You don't want to sit and watch me just trim paper and trim paper all day. I'm sure about that. Okay, so that looks better. So now what I want to do, I want to get this in the center. As center as possible. Either that, or I could go a little up or a little down. Maybe I'll go a little up, and that way I can put a sentiment down here. Once I have this in, ooh, look, that barely fit. Ooh, remember this was, I think, with the reason I went with the 6 by 6. Now, this clock here needs to be put where you want it. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put the metal shim on. So normally I don't like cutting into the magnet mat. But because I wanted to make sure and placed it well, the magnet mat is perfect for that. You can see, and it holds it there for you. So for this instant, I will cut into it because to me that cut is worth it. If it doesn't matter, then I'm not going to cut into my magnet mat. As some people do, Anna does every time she runs one through, and other people do too. But to me, I'm not going to be buying magnet mats over and over and over again. You know, and I'll show you. It cuts into it. So it can take a fair amount of that. But it's not going to take a ton of it. You know what I mean? At some point, it ain't going to take it. And you're going to have to get a new one. I don't know how long it lasts. It seems to me like when I had the other machine, I had to replace it a couple times. And that's when I thought, wait, why am I even doing this? You know, I don't need to. So that was when I stopped cutting into it. But like I said, I know some people do. And, you know, it depends how much you use in the machine, how much cutting you're doing, all of that all makes a difference. So, okay. I still get, you know, sometimes people get mad at me. They get mad at me for, how would I put it? Not doing things the way they think it should be done. And it's a little, I don't know. I block them. I erase their comment and block them. And why should we don't have to see it, right? Being negativity. No reason for it. I mean, if it's constructive criticism, that I love that. Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you have an idea of what I should try or whatever, you know, yes, I want to know, but you know, they say, I don't know how they do it. It's said in a mean way. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. And see, I was going to cut another piece. And the only way to do that... Okay, I was going to do black. Just kind of around the edge. But as you can see, that is not going to work. Because the sides are so small, I can't do like a round clock frame. So what I'm going to try to do is maybe just top it, cut the whole circle here out, and top it with the black. Where's that black card I had earlier? I think it needs it. I do think it needs it. So let me grab a piece of black cardstock because I'm not binding it. And of course, I do not remember what size I cut this paper to. So I'm going to have to measure it. So it is 4 by 5 3/4. And of course, this is 12-inch paper, and it's not going to go through this trimmer. I need to just get a blade for my Spellbinders one, or one of my other ones. I got other ones, but with the move, you know, I can't find anything. It seems like, uh-oh, I still got stuff in the other room. A few things here and there, but they're in there. I don't remember what size I said. So this, I think, is 4. Yeah, that's 4. So we're going to cut it at 4. See, I still didn't cut it down enough. 4. And I'm going to go down a little bit. I don't mind if a little bit of that silver is peeking through. Look, I don't want to. There we go. There we go. Okay, 4. It's not going to cut it all the way down because the thing's not. So is that right? Oh, it's a little bit short. But guess what? That's all right. We're giving us just a tiny bit of a matte layer there, I think, by 5 3/4. Now what I need to do is, I don't think it was straight on the one. Woo. This black paper, it does not like to cut the black paper. All right, time to cut over 4. Here, this way, because now it will. 4. And maybe a tiny bit. But make sure it's fitting in there, see? That's how you end up with crooked. Like that. 4. I'm going to go to the middle because this paper trimmer, for some reason, does not like this black paper. Oh, okay. And about 5 3/4. 5 3/4. And I'm going to try to do everything I can to make sure that's straight. Okay. Let's see how it fits on here. See it? Now, I thought about going a little bit smaller, but then look. Then that's going to be cut. And we could do that. We could cut that there, but the thing about that is, here's where I'm going to have an issue. I didn't think about this. I should have probably made this a little long so I could cut and then trim it later lengthwise. Because somehow I got to get the die in here right. I should have cut through both layers, huh? That's what I should have done. I should have cut through both layers of cardstock. But see, I didn't think. Sometimes we don't think about this stuff, but I'll show you what I think I'm going to try to do. It's either going to work or it's not going to work at this point. It's too late anyways to find out. I mean, too late to change what I did already. So I'm going to try to line the die back up in the silver and run it through. And then if it don't work, then I'll just run it through both layers. But I'm kind of concerned about it getting through both of them together. Because like that mirror paper is kind of thick. And the black, well, we know how the paper trimmer does. So I'm a little concerned. Now I don't have to do it this way. I could cut out like just find a circle nesting die. I don't know why I want to do it this way. I don't know why. I don't even know if I have circle nesting dies. And I would have to find them, and at this point, I don't think I can. So, let me line these all up. Let me see if I can get this die back lined up. Line it all up. Get back in here. Kind of pushing it in there. Lining it up. I think it's lined up about as perfect as it can be. And now the thing is, I think the silver, the black is smaller than the silver by just a touch. So it's not going to line up perfect anyways. Ugh. All right, I think that's the best it's going to get. All right. So I'm going to get my cutting plate. I'm going to do it this way. Hold that there. Put the magnetic mat down. Let's hope nothing moved it too much. Okay. And I'm going to run it through now. With the Anna Griffin, you have to push that little button to get it to run through. And the other ones kind of will stay on, and I kind of like that. I don't know why, but I feel like I have a little bit more control. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if it does or not, but that's just how it feels to me. It just feels like I have some more control. Okay, that was not what I wanted. Even though, I mean, this worked. And it worked well, but it was not what I wanted. So what I wanted was to be able to cut that circle out. See how here you can see that? And on this paper, you really can't. It's so faint. What I might do, let me try running it. Lining these up now and running it through. But see, these are not going to line up as well. Maybe I can get some of these pieces out to help me line it up. because my thought is I'd cut it out because it's very well defined here, so I could take some scissors and cut it out pretty nice. But I would be afraid to try to without that. So let me see here. So I'm not worried about the state of the black because I'm thinking I want to cut all that out anyways. So I'm not concerned. The reason I'm taking them out is to try to get them to sit better in here. Right? So I can get them lined up better with this. So it needs to come down a little bit. That should work. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I want to try to get a deeper imprint, is I'm going to put another piece of paper here. I'm wondering if I want to do the metal and everything. I might do the metal and everything just to give it some more space. Alrighty. We're going to do this now. I hope this works. And I hope I'm able to cut it out nice. And then we would just put the black around the clockworks. If it works. So I might have done it. Let's see, it looks like it's stronger. No. So it's kind of there, but it's kind of hard to see too. So what I'm going to do is come and just start taking some of this stuff out of the way so I can cut neater around. These scissors are nice. They got them little teeth and everything in there, but so it's kind of different for me. I've never used scissors like that before, but it's pretty neat. All right. So now, it don't matter which side, but this side is the best side. It's the side I cut on. So I'm just going to come around and cut. Now here, I went to one side a little bit. But see if this is had indented as well as it had in that silver mirror. This would be a breeze because you'd be able to see it so nicely. And I'm not able to do that here. So that looks pretty good to me. I'm just following that line. It's just barely there, but I can see. I wonder if you could see it better on the phone. Like, should I be looking through the phone screen? You know, like when they do the x-rays and stuff with the little camera on the little pole during surgeries and stuff. Huh. And they're actually looking at the screen and not. Okay. So let's see how I did. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to trim some of these little pieces over here. Just some little nubs hanging up. Where I was afraid to cut too close to the edge. Okay. Okay. Very happy with that. So, yeah. I like that. Okay. I'm happy. I'm loving this. I am. This is great. And you know what? I would even use the cutouts, you know, in here to do like inking for backgrounds and stuff. I like this. I like the way that this turned out. So I'm going to glue these together. I'm going to get glue on here and glue it to here. I'm going to move these out of my way. I don't know if this is backwards. And before I put the glue on, I should have checked. But I hope it's okay. There is, because one side is a little bit thinner than the other side, so there is a right way and a wrong way here. I'm just going to kind of line it up. Yeah. Here we go. And then kind of straighten it out. And like I said, I'm not afraid of a little bit of edge. You know what I thought about? I had thought about doing a, what would you call it? Drop shadow. That's what it's called, a drop shadow. On this, but I don't think I need to. I think that's my problem, is I'm trying to do too much with it. Like, I really like the design and the style of this enough that I was trying to do too much. That's what I told myself yesterday. That's what I told myself last night. So your problem is you're just trying to do too much with it. Keep it simple. I was told one time, I was in training for something, and we won't even get into that, but it's called the KISS technique. And you always have to remember to use the KISS technique. The KISS technique is keep it simple. Stupid. And I thought, like then, I thought, yeah, that's true, because every time you try to do too much, right, that's when things go bad on you. So sometimes, not always, sometimes you can really go elaborate. It's not going to matter, and it's going to be better, and it makes everything better. But sometimes things are enough. And you don't need to elaborate. And you just need to keep it simple. Seems like the glue hardly wants to come out, and I'm thinking it's getting a clog in it. But I've been trying to keep it covered and sealed, but I know sometimes I'm not the best at that. But it seems like this is taking a long time because the glue is not necessarily wanting to come out. Okay, make sure I'm putting it in the right way. And with these card blanks, because they're a little off, I can do that. Okay, so I have clockwork. I have a clock. There's all kinds of stuff we could put in here, right? I mean, there is so much you can say with a clock. It feels like I kind of stretched it right there, so I pushed it down and it worked, but it's kind of dented from my nail. But that's all right. So, you know, just like you're not old, you're timeless, you know, or you are timeless. Something like that would be the sentiment that I'm going to go looking for. And that's it. I'm going to leave it. I should have. See, it's just that paper trimmer left rough edges. So it's not necessarily smooth. All right. All right, everybody. So there we go. I need to pull this over a little bit. There we go. All right. I did have it the wrong way. There's the little nubs I had to cut off. All right. All right, everybody. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Everybody have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.